Hi, and welcome back to another car conversation. Happy, satisfying Saturday to each and every one of you. It is my hope and pleasure that your day has been wonderful. My day has been great. Right now in the DMV, it is about 70 degrees out. It's kind of windy, and I know I said this just yesterday, but the clouds are over here looking a little dark, but it's a little breezy, but it's humid though, so if you see some perspiration on my face, that's why. But anyhow, let me get this video done because I have some place that I need to be. And before I jump in, two things. Number one, y'all, tomorrow is my sister's birthday, so I'm super excited about that. So it's also Communion Sunday at Metropolitan Baptist Church here in Largo, Maryland. So if you're in the DMV area, I want to encourage you to come by, get an awesome word, and take communion, okay? I don't know about you, but I know we all need a little communion. So yeah, come on by if you're not going to visit your own church or you hadn't even planned on going to church. You're always welcome. Our doors are always open for you. Now, the other thing I wanted to share with you is, if you're new to my channel, welcome. Thank you so much for joining me. If this is not your first rodeo, welcome back. You know I love you and I don't get a chance to see you. Now, do me a favor, y'all. If you have not subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button, tap the bell so you don't miss any uploads, and give this video a thumbs up because it helps with the algorithm. And for those of you that do that, I want to say thank you. And as always, when I put out a video, if you find it helpful and you think it'll help somebody else, please make sure you share the video with someone else, okay? Last but not least, if you are in need of some coaching, counseling, all of that good stuff, in the Linktree tab is my calendar. Click on that. Let's schedule a time where we can sit and talk about whatever your issue may be, and let's help get you going in the right direction, especially since we just got past Mother's Day and Father's Day is coming up. And I know that times of the year like this can be very hard for those individuals that don't have their parents here anymore, or they're missing their wives or girlfriends or whoever it may be. So please don't think that you have to go through anything by yourself, because I will always make myself available to talk with you, to pray with you, pray for you, to help you get what you need. Now, let's jump into today's topic. I'm going to be talking about some Stoic truths to tell yourself every day. And I didn't say some days, I said every day. So your thoughts shape your world, and what you repeat becomes what you believe. So here are some Stoic truths to tell yourself every day. Can I say that one more time? I feel like my camera is sliding down. What you repeat becomes what you believe. So what you're telling yourself every day, you're going to start to believe it. If you start to tell yourself you're not enough, you're not worthy, you don't deserve it, you'll never be anything, eventually you're going to start to believe it. So number one, I have 7 things I'm going to take it when I let you be. Number one, I control my response, not the world. No matter what happens, my power is in how I choose to react. You control how you react. You cannot control the world. You cannot control what the world says, the world does, or how they behave. You just cannot. And you know, I've talked about this before. We have to focus on the things that we can control, not the things that we can't control. So why am I worrying about the weather? I don't control the weather. That's God's decision. Yeah, I'm sorry if you hear noise. I'm raising my seat up. So why am I going to worry about whether it's going to rain today? And I just mentioned that the clouds look like it because it looked like that yesterday, but I don't think it's going to rain. But I wouldn't worry about it because there's nothing I can do about it. It just isn't. So again, the power is in how you choose to react to life. Number 2, this moment is all I have. Act now. The past is dead. Come on, somebody. The future is uncertain. Only this breath is real. And that is to say that whatever happened in the past, it's in the past. Hopefully you learn from it so you don't repeat those same mistakes. But whatever happened in the past, it's the past. Whatever I said 4 minutes ago, it's in the past. Whatever I said and did yesterday, it's in the past. So we have to stop living in the past. And that's a problem that a lot of people have. They cannot move forward because they're too busy living in the past. All you really have is right now. As I said, the future is uncertain. There is so much going on in the world, and we don't have time to unpack it, but there's so much going on in the world right now that we don't know what the future is going to look like. And when I say future, that could be next week. It could be next month. It could be next quarter. It could be next year, the next 2 years, so forth and so on. But all you have really is right now. This is why I encourage people all the time, live for right now. When I hear people say, well, Michelle, I want to do ABCXYZ, and I'm going to do it after I get this together, or after I've done that, or after I've made this amount of money or saved that amount of money. And I'm thinking to myself, life is too short to keep putting things off. Live right now. Number 3, what's outside my control is not my concern. Wasting energy on the uncontrollable is surrendering my peace. Come on now. Can I say that again? What's outside my control is not my concern. I can't control you. I can't control the weather. I can't control a decision that somebody makes. I can't control a lot of things. So it's not my concern. I mind the business that pays me. Now, I'm not saying don't be cautious, or I'm not going to sit and tell you that you're not going to think about it, because you will. But at the end of the day, it should not be a concern of yours, because you can't control it anyway. You can't control other people's behaviors. You can raise your children in such a way that you open the door to them to learn about God and His Word. You open the door to show them the finer things in life. But if they choose to grow up and become an alcoholic or a drug addict or a bum, I hate to say that, but if that's what they choose to do, then that's on them. You love them, but you can't get so heavily caught up that you're putting your life on hold and you're stressing yourself out. Those are choices that they made, and you can't control that. But I love when it says wasting energy on the uncontrollable is surrendering your peace, or surrendering my peace. And as I've said before, I refuse to surrender my peace to anybody, any situation. I'm just not doing it. My peace is valuable. Your peace is valuable. Our peace is too valuable to just give it away and let people control any area of our lives. We need to stop doing that. Number 4, pain is part of growth. It's part of growth. I face it, not flee it. Discomfort is the price of strength. Resistance builds resilience. So pain is a part of growth. As you grow through life, and I'm not talking about in height, but now I guess in theory I could say if you're starting to grow out, that can be painful because it's going to wear on your knees. But I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about as we grow, we experience pain. As you got older, you started dating, somebody broke your heart. Some of you had a couple of people that broke your heart. You may have broken some hearts. So growing will bring on pain, and you can be the best person in the world and somebody can still hurt you. And we all have said it. Well, Lord, why me? What did I do? I'm a good person. I was a good person to them. How could they do that to me? Well, that's just because that's who they are, and you can't control that. But you have to face it. You can't run away from pain. And for a long time, I wouldn't get into a relationship because I didn't want to be hurt. I had experienced that. Well, let me say at that point I hadn't, but I've heard stories from other people. And I was like, oh yeah, no, I don't want that. I don't want any part of that. So I just refused to get too caught up in a relationship. And if I found myself getting too close, I pulled back because I didn't want to be hurt. I'd seen too many people become hurt. And then I finally had my first heartbreak, and it was horrible. And it took me a long time to be able to really trust my heart to someone. So again, if I felt like they were getting too close to me, or if I were getting too close to them, I'd have to cut you off. No notice, no conversation. I'm just done. But you can't, I found though, as I've gotten older, you have to face it. You can't run from it. You have to face it. And discomfort is the price of being strong. Again, if you go to the gym and you want to get strong, you're going to have some discomfort. When you get that good workout in and you go home, your arms are going to hurt. Your legs are going to hurt. Why? Because building strength causes one to be uncomfortable. Number 5, I need less than I think. Discipline is freedom. Desire creates chains. Is that what that says? Yeah. Simplicity creates focus. That's pretty much self-explanatory. But you need less than you think. We think that we need all of this stuff. And to be honest with you, everything that you need, God has provided. You may not think so. You may say, well, Michelle, wait a minute, hold up, because I still need all this stuff over here. God has only given me that, but I promise you, God has given you exactly what you need. Number 6, my worth isn't based on opinion. It's internal. I don't need to be understood. I need to be grounded. Powerful. Your worth isn't based on other people's opinions. It's based on what you know about yourself. So stop allowing what other people think of you or what they don't think of you to dictate whether or not you're worthy of anything, because that's in here. You can't dictate my worth. I know my worth. And you, like I said, you don't get to dictate that. You can't tell me what my worth is. I know it. And then you don't need to be understood. You need to be grounded. In life, not everybody's going to understand you. And if you spend your time worrying about who understands you and who doesn't, honey, you're going to drive yourself crazy. So keep that in mind. And number 7, last but not least, I could die today. So I waste nothing. Let me say that again. I could die today, so I waste nothing. Life is short. Speak less, love more, with urgency and purpose. Powerful. Let's unpack that really quickly, and I'm going to let you be. So the reality is, as I said earlier, all you have is right now. God woke us up this morning, but the reality is that some people are going to go to bed tonight and they may not wake up tomorrow morning. I hope and pray that we're not a part of that number. I hope we are in the number of those that wake up tomorrow. But the reality is that we could all die today. So waste nothing. Waste nothing, meaning that if you have somebody that's been on your mind, which I do have someone I need to reach out to, 2 people actually that have been on my mind, call them. Pick up the phone and call them. I can't tell you how many times I've talked to people and, they said, Michelle, I had it on my mind to call this person because they had been on my mind and I didn't. And so when they finally picked up the phone to call, they got the news that the person had passed away. So waste nothing, okay? And then it says, speak less, love more, with urgency and purpose. This is why I tell you all the time that I love you. I love you all to the moon and back. And as I always say, there's nothing you can do about it because I love you no matter what. I believe in you, which is why I take time to encourage you 4 times a week on this platform. Well, actually, no, there's 6 times. Well, 4 times with long videos, 2 motivational moments. So I do 6 videos a week just on YouTube. I do 2 on TikTok, 2 on Instagram, where I'm encouraging and motivating. This, I believe, is my purpose. It is my calling. And if I can just encourage one person to think differently, one person to love more, one person to speak less, then I've done my job. But the problem is that, as I said, speak less. Oftentimes, we are running our mouth all the time, and we don't listen. This is why when I am working with my clients, I let them talk. I'll say, the floor is yours. Tell me what's on your mind. And as they talk, I'm taking notes. I'm writing down. And then after they're finished, then I unpack what they've shared with me to make sure, number 1, that I have complete clarity of what's going on with them. And then we can begin to set up a plan to work on whatever their issues may be. But if you're constantly talking, you don't hear. So we have to speak less and love more. And we had a guest preacher on last Sunday, the Dr. Claiborne, and I mean, that man preached us happy. You hear me both services, but the first service, he talked about love and how we have to love one another, which means you're going to have to love people that you can't even stand. Y'all know what I'm talking about. There's some folks in your family. They may be in your neighborhood. They may be on your job. You can't stand them, but God has called us to love all of his people as he loves us. I know it may be difficult. Some of us are work in progress. Come on now. Let's keep it real. Tell the truth, shame the devil. It's not always easy to love some people, but the reality is that we have to learn how to do it. Because somewhere, somebody loves us, even though they can't stand us, but they still love us anyhow. Now, here is your takeaway. You become what you repeat. So repeat truth and you become unshakable. Yo, that's powerful. Can I say that one more time? Because I love that. You become what you repeat. So repeat truth and you become unshakable. When you start speaking truth into your life, you become so unshakable that nobody can break you. They just can't, because you speak nothing but truth and peace in your life. This is why, if on the off chance that somebody says something and causes me to go off, it's just because I'm in a mood to just go off on somebody. Other than that, you can say whatever you want. As long as you don't put your hands on me, we all right. I'm at peace with me. See, I see that you're trying to start an argument because there's no peace within you. So you want to get me riled up. Now, sometimes I fall into it. Sometimes I don't. I'm a work in progress, and we all are. So just remember that. Now, everything that I shared with you will be in the description box as always. Please make sure, like I said, that you tap the bell so you don't miss any uploads. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already done so. Share this video with someone that you think can benefit from these things, because I'm gonna say this really quickly. You would be surprised at how many people don't have positive affirmations that they share with themselves every day. I have a list of positive affirmations, but I can just come up with my own off the top of my head. But I speak positivity and life into myself every single day, which is why I've shared before that every day I wake up, I say, Lord, today is going to be a great day no matter what. No matter what. The ceiling can fall off the top of the ceiling. The ceiling can fall down in my house, and it's still going to be a great day. That's just something I have to take care of. God, I hope it doesn't, but I'm just saying. The car could decide it wants to act a plumb fool. It's still going to be a great day, because I can always call an Uber, or I can call a friend to get where I need to be. So no matter what happens, even if, I'm going to say this, even if you had to spend your last dime to get something to eat, it's still going to be a great day. You know why? Because you're still here. So always remember that you can't allow your circumstances or what's going on around you to cause you to have a bad day. You have a bad day because you choose to. Even when all hell is breaking loose on your job and in your home, it's still a great day. You know why? Because you're here. And you have an opportunity to make things better. But when you fall into that trap of the negativity, you just make things worse. Now I'm done, y'all. Go out there, no matter what you do, where you go, have a great rest of the day. Enjoy yourself. Have all the fun you can. But make sure you're safe, okay? Please be safe. Please be careful and mindful of where you go. I always tell people, if you left your house by yourself, you better come home by yourself. Don't bring nothing home that you didn't leave with, okay? And that's just the mother in me coming out. I love you all so very much, and I want nothing but the best for you. Again, have a great rest of the weekend. And I was going to say have a happy Memorial Day, but we'll talk on Monday. So I wish you a happy Memorial Day on Monday. But don't forget, tomorrow's my sister's birthday. So if you follow Trish on Facebook, please reach out to her and wish her a happy birthday. Okay? Love you all. We'll talk again on Monday.